Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about some cool bourbon people we know. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Demetrius Kane, Kathy Kuhl, and Nate Weiniger.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hello. Yes, I can't wait to get for the official part of the show where we talk about cool bourbon people we know, and I'm just going to talk about McNew. That's the coolest person in bourbon I know.
I don't think I'm cool anymore.
It'll be wonderful, because if I talk about that, how great McNew is and all that, she'll be very involved in the show. She'll be, oh my God, this is like the best show ever. She'll be engaged.
Like talking about myself.
When we're trying to talk about other people that we like, Bernie Lubbers or whomever, Jackie or Royce or whoever. Fred no, and McNew will just zone out. Oh my God, this show's so boring. And they'll be like, all right, the person I want to talk about is McNew. She's very engaged. Yeah, sitting at attention, gazing into the computer screen. Like, I can't wait to listen to this one when it comes out.
I famously only like things when they're about me. So
It's true. But we'll talk about some cool bourbon people we know after the break. For right now, though, Demetrius, you're getting ready to come out with a new product. What do you got in the works here, man? New whiskey coming on. What can we expect here?
Yeah. So we're working on right now. We're on the kind of final bits of designing the labels for it. And getting everything approved. But kind of our goal is we're going to be producing 100 proof farm blended whiskey. Mm-hmm. So the idea behind it is creating kind of an Americana blend of 4-year-old, 2s, 4s, 5-year-old whiskeys that showcase kind of like, what pre-prohibition whiskey would have been. But something at a, probably sub 30s price point.
30s, yeah.
Because, at the end of the day, we're farmers and we really want to showcase, you can have really, really high quality whiskey at a good price. That at the end of the day, if you want to throw it in a cocktail, you're not, doing anything wrong. Because, I know that a lot of whiskey people are like, oh, you don't ever mix it with Coke or this or that. But I'm like, at the end of the day, when I put, 6 or 7 long, hard hours on the back of a tractor, sometimes I love an ice cold Coke with a little bit of whiskey in the top, and I don't want to put a $40 bottle into it. And I want to produce a whiskey that you can also take it that way, and then you walk into the house and you grab an ice cube and throw it over ice, and it's a good sipping whiskey, which is why we're going to do it at 100 proof. I love 100 proof whiskey. I think that more distilleries should do it. And so we're going to produce kind of like a couple different variants of it. I think we're going to have 100% sweet corn bourbon.
Right.
Which is really fun because very few distilleries do 100% sweet corn. Yeah. And then we're going to have, a traditional wheated sweet corn and probably a rye whiskey as well. All within that kind of family of price points and brand. It's going to fall under our Planters brand, but we're it's going to be part of the farm series. So farm whiskeys that, approachable at every price point.
Not like your local dive bar or something like that, but a place that's dedicated to good whiskey. I mean, you're talking about at that price point has the potential to be the well, right? The call bourbon there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It'll probably be a
cool.
little bit higher price point than, your traditional rail products, but it's within that range.
Yeah.
And it's 100 proof. I'm in love with 100 proof. We don't go below 100 proof here at Nobleton's.
Right.
And one of the big reasons is, it's a tradition of my family. It's add water until it goes cloudy and then add less.
Right.
Puts it right at about 100 proof. Since we
remember when you were developing this product and you said, Steve, could you bring some of the ABV Network crew out there and we'd like to work on this? We could use you guys as a focus group. I'll feed you guys and all that. And then Kathy comes out there, gets drunk, and has to go sit in her car before we even complete the exercise as you're working on this product.
Which, I mean, is a testament to whiskey. But I believe, like, when people are like, can you get drunk off it? Yes.
So you took some value out of that focus group.
Yeah, I was like, Kathy can hold her liquor to a point, and then she can't. And it was like a steep. It was like, oh, it's good, we're good. Oh no.
Yeah.
And I was worried about the hillside in front of the highway. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But no, Kathy, you did great.
Good times.
Glad to help.
There's your focus group. There she is.
Always willing to help a friend.
Sure. Nothing is, better for customers when you own a distillery than someone passed out in a car right outside your distillery. That's wonderful.
It is.
I think the seat was tipped back so people would.
But if you park next to you, there's like, is this lady dead? Yeah. Windows were down. Windows were down.
Luckily, the windows were down.
Yeah.
It was a warm day.
It was.
It was a warm day. Yeah.
It's a nice day. And, then I was like, is she okay? The nice thing was I didn't even know what was going on until after the fact. That was
okay. Yeah.
So we're all hanging out. And then I was like, oh no, where's Kathy?
Yeah. I shot some video of it, but I can't release it because I don't want her to get fired from the job. And then next thing you know, I gotta pay her, she'll be like, you caused this, you gotta hire me. It's like, oh God. Yeah, so no, it doesn't get released, but it was funny. It was funny to go see Kathy out there. Hey,
I was taking that project very seriously.
Oh yeah. Up until the point you passed out, you were completely very serious. Up until that point, you were drinking hard for sure. Yeah,
it was a great time.
It was a great time. That was a great day at this distillery for sure.
We're looking my team made the better rye, so.
Yeah. Well, you were incomplete on the second one, though. So, yeah.
Wasn't everybody incomplete on the second one?
Well, everyone else was upright at least. Everyone was upright, so yes.
But that doesn't mean they were better.
Right.
Well, yeah.
But the burgers were phenomenal.
Yes. Yeah. Chef Bob.
Shout out to Bob.
Chef Bob. So, cheers to him. All right. On that note, we're gonna drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Nate. Nate, what do you got, man?
I've got a old 5280 whiskey pick. It's a Larceny pick.
Oh my God!
More new Larcenys, and I think I even gave McNew one of these.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, this is what do we call this shit? This was. Bourbon's Gone with Whiskey Kong. That's what it was, and it's got Donkey Kong on the side. Okay. It's not good, but it was better than what I did last time.
Decent. All right. Next up is McNew.
I have a Baby Saz.
Okay.
Silent.
Yeah. Do you know she's properly calling it Baby Saz now? Remember we got an argument on that?
It was so mean the last time I did it.
That's Baby Saz. I'm sorry. Sazerac is the one that's part of the BCAT collection.
Literally says
that's Baby Saz.
Sazerac rye on the bottle. But he's like, yeah, it is a Baby Saz. I know that, but I don't have to call it that if I don't want to.
You have to call it that. Baby Saz. Yeah. All right. Kathy, you're next.
I'm going to open up this limousine rye.
Okay. That's our leader. It's sad, but that's our leader right now. KK and I went up to Dancing Goat Distillery recently. We bought 4 barrels up there. So, yeah, we were going crazy. I was like Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack. I'll take one of those. I'll take 2 of those. One of those.
Crazy.
it was great. Well, we tasted I don't know how many, and
I think we tasted 8.
Right.
About 4?
At least. At least we bought 4. I think it was more than 8, right? I think it was at least 12 official tastings and then more tastings beyond that.
You know what? I think it was 12 because
Yeah.
they took one away.
Right. I can't remember
It
why
was
they
going
took
to be
it away.
13, but
Yeah.
Sean took one away. I guess it was
He
too
took one
close to another one, or
Because they didn't pick my favorite one, but I like that one, so I'm like, okay, I'll buy the one that the group picked. And then they told me what one was the one that I picked. I'm like, okay, I got to have that one too. And then there was like this one. It was actually that's brandy. I'm like, shit, that's brandy. I'm in. I want that one. And then there was one. They're like, this is a special one we're doing as a tribute to Tom, the owner, and so like the only single barrel we were going to sell out of that. I'm like, we'll take that one too. Yeah. So
that was a fun day.
yeah. I mean, I'll be out of business within a month unless I sell all that. But I'm all in on that. So we'll see what happens. So yes, no, I'm very excited about that. It was all good whiskey. I mean, I love Dancing Goat. They're great.
And branding.
Yeah, they're cool guys. You got to go up there. Make your way to Wisconsin, folks.
Absolutely.
See what's going
Wisconsin
on.
didn't give me any dancing cow or spotted cow.
Oh, spotted cow. I should have got you some spotted cow. Yeah, I was up there. I was hanging out up there. I would go to the store and there's like so much spotted cow. I was like, I only knew anybody who drank this. I'd get some right now. Yeah. You have to ask Kristen Wall what she thinks of spotted cow because she's like a beer
She
slob.
loved it.
Oh, that's what she says to you. That's what she says to you in
That's
the
what she
shop.
says to you.
Yeah, in the shop she's like, that's what novices.
That's a rookie
drink.
beer.
That's a rookie beer.
Okay.
That's 100%. 100%. She denies that. No, but I could see her say that to you. Be like, oh yeah, that's the best thing ever. No, she's like, that's like a training wheel one. If you're into the thing, I'm telling you. Demetrius, what do you got there, man?
Really good water. I don't know if we've talked about water much.
Okay.
I have this water.
Has your wife cracked down where you're not allowed to drink on the shows anymore or something?
No, we had 50 people come through and pick single barrel bottles, and I was drinking with them. You know how many times I hit these barrels tonight? On my own.
I've seen you in bad shape after these. You're fine right now. From what I can tell, you're fine.
Oh, I'm trying to.
I've drank Demetrius under the table before, where I've been walking up right now. And I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, I have. I drank, and I strolled out there on my own accord. I see Demetrius, and he's like, oh.
No, that is not true. I think we are the only distillery that Steve has turned down barrels at. He just said, "Oh no, Demetrius, 24 barrels. We cannot taste that. We cannot do 24 barrels."
No, but I did it twice in a row, so I drank. I drank more than that. This is bull because I drank more than that. I got people like Kathy Cool passing out in cars. I gotta police based on other people, not on me. I'm fine. I can drink all those. I can drink the 24. Yeah.
I think we should settle this at Whiskey Palooza. I think
because I can drink the 24 and another 24, 48.
I think you guys need to get in that boxing ring, put a table in the middle, 2 chairs.
We've got a pit.
Go at it like old school.
Stop the shot.
When we picked our Jack Daniels thing, we had 36 bottles of whiskey on the table. And they put out the challenge. Can anyone drink all 36? I did it. I drank all 36.
Yeah, but that's 36.
Out of there.
That's
36.
I think we got to do a pit match. We got a hole. In the middle of the floor. We can put.
They'll carry you out of it. You'll walk in there. They'll carry you out though.
Yeah, the last one standing is open. You can walk out of the pit. You survive. You're the winner. You have to lay in the pit. You got to sleep there overnight. We lock the gate.
You got to sleep.
Motion detectors.
Oh yeah. I know what happens with that kind of stuff, yeah. Because I saw the Alfred Hitchcock documentary. He did that with somebody. He's like, because they were shooting a scary movie. The guy was like, "This stuff's dumb," and he's like, "No, the set is scary. I'm telling you." He's like, "No, it's not." He's like, "I'll tell you what. I'll give you $1,000 if I can handcuff you to this thing where you can't get out. That way I know you got to be here all night." The guy said, "Fuck yeah, $1,000, I'll do it." So he just, let's do a toast before we do it. Well, he filled it with cow laxative or something like that. So this guy drinks all this fucking bovine laxative, and then in the morning, Alfred Hitchcock shows up with the full set. Of course, this guy's in tears because he's shit all over himself. He's in handcuffs to this thing where he can't move, and the whole crew's walking in to see this man. Yeah.
I mean, like shitting yourself is bad, but if you did that, I can't imagine how bad that man's intestines and abs hurt. My God.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
cramping. He
The
had to
cramping.
go. Good
Yeah.
God.
So I don't want to do anything where I got to be locked in. And Demetrius is like, let's do just one cheers before we leave, Steve. I'd be like, sure.
No. I've never heard of that movie before, but I haven't heard a lot of. We didn't have TV growing up.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's the real deal. Alfred Hitchcock was the director, by the way.
bottom line, I think that we should do this. We should have because I would hate to think that a bus is being,
I've never cut you off because of me. Well, other people, yes, I have to worry about the safety of other individuals. So, but yes, not for me. Yeah,
sounds like this is me.
I'm fine. I'm last but not least. I got planters, and I don't remember how anybody else's cork pops go. So if this makes noise, I'm going to win. Oh, there you go. That's a winner right there. That's a winner. We took too long in the cork pop segment. I forgot.
Nate looks pissed off because he knows he was in the lead.
He thinks so. No, I didn't remember it, so I win.
I forgot about the cork pop. Yeah.
I didn't even know we'd done the cork pop yet.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about cool people in bourbon that we know. So we're going to be talking about some of the cool people we know. It's going to be a bit of a dick measuring contest, but it is what it is. We'll do that in just a... Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
My name is Ryan Thompson. I'm a billionaire who buys stupid scotch, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about cool people in bourbon.
Yes, we are. Who do we know in bourbon that's cool? I know Demetrius Kane. He's pretty cool.
Demetrius is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good one, right?
I know him.
I know Nate. Nate is one of the, in terms of bourbon people, one of the, outside of, people that I knew before, like new people I didn't know before. Nate's one of the earliest people. Met him at the New Orleans Bourbon Festival, knew him online before that, and I don't even remember when the first New Orleans Bourbon Festival was, 2017 or something? I mean, when was that first one?
I think 2017.
Yeah, so we met there, and we knew each other before that, because it was like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, so.
I know
That's cool.
McNew.
I know McNew.
I don't think that I'm cool though. I think that I just exist and do weird shit.
Oh yes, yes.
No, I think Maggie Kimbrell is fucking cool.
Maggie Kimbrell's cool. Yeah.
And if you follow her on Twitter or X, you know she no longer has snakes at her house. They went to their owner. 12 years.
So her cool quotient's gone up with you because she got rid of the snakes.
Up in my book, and I've always liked her, but I'm always like, I will never hang out at your house because, but she's no longer a snake mom, so she's cooler to me.
Did she listen to the show? How did she know you didn't remember? We did an interview with Maggie McNew and I back when we did this little thing in the Bourbon Talk Show, and there was a video interview and. Somehow Maggie showed up with a snake. I don't know how she even knew you didn't like snakes, but she's
always been very interactive with me on like various social medias.
Okay, so she just saw you post about it.
Very vocal about my hate of those creatures. So I think she just knew.
Okay. Good for her. Yeah. Oh, she's cool for sure. She's part of my pick I got coming. I got a pick called the All-Star Pick. It's all bourbon industry people. She's one of them on the panel. So yeah, that's kind of cool. We're doing it out of James E. Pepper. We're doing it out there. So, yeah. That's going to be a neat one. So I got like 8 people from the bourbon industry. So I'm going to be doing the pick. So yeah, excited about that one. KK, who do you know in the world of bourbon?
I've already said I know McNew, and I know Demetrius, and I know Nate.
Royce, you know Royce?
And Becca.
Royce and Becker. That's pretty good. They're cool, right? Yeah.
So when it comes to measuring our coolness connections, I'm at the bottom of the list.
That's false. You know a lot of people.
AK, you know, I think you're farther up on the list than I am. Most people don't even know who I am.
Yep.
No.
So they're missing out.
Yeah. Yeah. None of us in this group have stalkers other than you, so there's that. You got that.
We should work on not having that. I don't think.
I've never seen anything like it. When we have Demetrius come in, the first 2 rows are filled up with boys who just they don't leave their eyes do not leave Demetrius's standing up there. They're just looking and staring at him and just everywhere. As soon as it ends, I'm like, I wrap it up. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it. Store's open. You want to buy anything? And then they come rushing up to the front because they want to stand next to Demetrius and ask him questions. Like any question's any different than the other 100 times they've done the exact same thing. I don't know what the hell they're wanting. And they just see these. And I got customers buying bottles and trying to talk to Demetrius. Get started. No, you got these 4 lummoxes that are just in love with Demetrius and standing in the way. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Let the man do some business here. Help me out. We're bringing him in, not so you can stare at the man. We're bringing him in so he can sign bottles and interact with customers. People who care about his whiskey, not just in love with them. So, yeah.
You're going to have to start getting like bouncers or security to be like, you've been here long enough. Move it along.
I know. I know. And it's so odd to me because with Demetrius, good looking guy, works hard and stuff like that. You would think it'd be women. No, his fans, his stalkers are men. 100%. It's googly eyed fanboys is what he's got. Yeah. Fanboys.
I'm sure there's women lining up somewhere too. They're just more discreet about it because they're not idiots. But
there are not women lining up in any capacity. I married my wife. There's not a woman that has ever, my wife is the most amazing woman. There's not even a close second. My wife is the greatest woman that has ever graced this earth.
Exactly.
But she always points out, she's like, I'm sure there, and I was like, there's no other lady. There's not women. I don't know if it's my height, my beard.
This is a credit to you because you don't notice. You don't notice because you love your wife. I'm sure they're there.
There are women that attend. We get certain wives who don't show up for any events other than the Demetrius. So we do get some of that, but they're not awkward about it. The females' credit. They're just like they know he's married. They're not there to actually make a move. They're just there because they appreciate him, whatever. They're nice. Whereas these dudes, these fanboys, are not. They're just all over him. They're like stink on shit when he's moving around. They're following around.
I could do security.
Yeah.
I could chase them off.
Well, the problem is, though, we talked about that whole the drinking issue, where if you're under the bus, we can't, it's not helpful.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Where's our security? Well, she's out in her car.
She's out in the car with the windows down.
Yeah, she got the windows down. Which car is hers? The one with the windows down and the seat laid back? That's her.
That was one time.
Oh, it's been more than once. Yeah,
Oh, come on.
it's been more than once.
I believe it.
The person who knows the most people right here, Nate. Nate, who do you know, man? Who do you want to admit you know?
Not nobody. I mean,
this is what I knew he'd say. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of great people in whiskey, and I'm fortunate to know a ton of good people in whiskey.
Who has stayed at your house from the world of whiskey?
You want to say that?
Yeah.
There's been a lot. There's been a few. I'll tell you one. I'll tell you one thing that was really cool at my house in my garage.
Sure.
We did a little party in my garage, and it was Bernie Lovers, Jody Filiatro, Connor O'Driscoll, Jack Choate.
Yeah.
So that was a nice little heaven hell. My house.
That's just a party at his house in his garage. Yeah.
That was a good one.
His garage. Like he doesn't even put out the red carpet.
No.
He's like, you can hang out in my garage.
You can hang out in the garage.
My garage is where the whiskey is, so it made sense. They got a lot of whiskey in the garage. So, but I'll say that was pretty good. Jackie did an event in my garage. Lisa Roper Wicker was at my house, did an event there. I don't know. I mean, it's there's just so many good people. I'm very just fortunate to just.
Demetrius, you would come and do an event in my garage next weekend?
Yeah, I can do that in the garage. I guarantee there's nobody like, it's probably going to be just me and you, but I'll still come hang out and drink it.
Right, yeah. It's my garage event. Look at me.
Cigars. Yeah,
look at me. Here's my garage.
The cars out.
Yeah.
He'll move the cars out.
I'll move the cars out and everything.
Oh, see, if you can hang out in my garage, I don't have any cars in it. This is part of this is one of those, I have that honeydew list of why don't we park in the garage? It's like right at the top.
Is it because
I didn't know
of the boxing ring?
Well, we have a boxing ring on one side, but that's not because of it. It's because there's machinery and tools, and there's another still that I'm building in there. That goes, but I have a bar upstairs.
A stove you're building? Yeah, well, me too. I'm building a stove out in my garage too. So
we accepted we will never park in our garage. It's just not going to ever happen. We just.
I didn't know that you're supposed to park in garages.
No, it's storage.
My garage is not for parking.
Yeah.
What the hell?
But
I got cars in my garage. I'm weird, I guess.
No, you're weird. Yeah, no, we hang out in my garage for Halloween, and I do hand out mini bottles. So let's hand out better whiskey on Halloween. Let's do a whiskey Halloween party in my garage.
So you're just going to hand out like full-size bottles of good whiskey?
Well, no, you can put them in the minis.
Plain bottles. Yeah, you put them in
big bottles.
It's for the parents. It's the walkers.
Yeah, no, we give them to the parents, and they freaking love our house. And it's usually, I don't even get them good shit. I get them fucking Fireball, and they're so great. I give them Fireball and vodka, and they love our house. But no, we could do better.
We do spiked cider.
We do. For us and the people we know, yes.
Oh, no, we make it. Well, we live out in the country. People have to drive up my driveway. If they're brave, they deserve something good.
Yeah, no, I live at the end of a cul-de-sac.
Cider, huh?
Walking, but now they know that we give them alcohol here. The parents love this house, so I got to keep it up. But we could do better next year. Do whiskey garage Halloween.
McNew and I both have the guy that serves the whiskey too, the animatronic. I saw you get that, and then I went and I bought it too after I saw that you had it.
Yeah, no,
it is cool.
He lives in my bar. He does not come down, and Chris is like, "That's coming down on November 1st." I said, "Okay, great," and I threw his box away, and he now lives here. He does not come down.
Huh? No. Is yours up year round, Nate, or you?
Oh no, I'm not.
You're
like
normal.
Halloween like McNew and
yeah.
He's not
I believe you're what people call normal. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. Interesting. Anybody else? No, people from the world of bourbon. Anybody?
I mean, I do think Steve is cool. He's a connector of people. He's doing a lot of cool shit. Steve doesn't get enough credit for being cool because Steve doesn't think he's cool, but he is actually pretty cool.
I don't know that
some
I'm
of the
cool.
stuff that you're doing right now is pretty awesome. I mean, some of these events that you're putting together are pretty epic, it sounds like. So you've always been involved. I think you've done a lot of things over the years that have been cutting edge. So I think that definitely knowing
You
you,
have
Steve.
ushered people into the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame.
You
That's
have.
true.
Who does that? Like, I think you're a champion of getting people into the Hall of Fame. Who else petitions the way you do? I think it's freaking
I
awesome.
don't know of anybody that's ever done it. They said it in the speech last year when Jerry Doll was going in there, like, we're changing how we're doing things. We're taking nominations from the public. And it's like, it's not the first time you've done that, buddy. Freddie Johnson.
Right?
And to be a guy not even from Kentucky, like, you're St. Louis and you're St. Louis proud. And to be just kind of like an outsider, you're doing a lot of cool shit people in Kentucky can't even get their hands on. So I think that's fucking cool.
Nate can testify to this too. That's the great thing about the world of Kentucky. And I feel this not from people who do what I do. I'm an outsider from them. They don't include me on anything. Anybody who does any sort of bourbon media, anything like that, they don't include me on nothing. I'm definitely not involved in their world. When they talk about other podcasts, I'm never mentioned on any of that shit. I'm not on the best podcast list, despite the number of shows we got, all that kind of stuff. Not only that, but the world of bourbon, the bourbon distilleries and things like that. If you go there and you put the time in and you attend the events, and I feel as welcome there, and I've been able to do the things I've been able to do because they are so welcoming and accommodating. And Nate's the same thing. He's a guy from Colorado. That's a long distance to be from Kentucky, but he's involved in the bourbon world as much as anybody else that does what he does. And that's a testament to the industry and how they treat people. And so it's a cool thing.
There's just a lot of great people in whiskey, and we could name a ton of people that are just really great in whiskey. And it's cool to be able to be a part of that and hang out with everybody. And there's just a lot of great people.
It's an industry of nice people, which is cool. But then there's some that go above and beyond. I mean, sometimes we'll have to do the nicest of the nice people. And, you talk about somebody like Steve Beam. Steve Beam might be the nicest man in the world, but then you got other ones that are
probably one of the nicest people in the world. Him, Peggy Note Stevens, Steve Beam, Freddie Johnson. I mean, these people are like,
right.
I told you Jody Filiatro we talked about earlier. Like, these are some of the kindest, just big-hearted people, and there's so many of those people in there. Fonte.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just Bernie Lovers is. I don't know
Bernie
how
Lovers.
I don't know how Bernie does what he does. Just how many people want a piece of being around Bernie, and that guy is just he's such a good person. So yeah.
So it's a great industry. And hopefully people get to experience it. And how you experience it is by going out and hanging out at your distilleries. Whether you want to go local, like if you're in Missouri, you go to a place like Nobleton's, hang out with Demetrius, or if you want to go to the home of bourbon, Kentucky is where it's at. And you're treated, if you're a bourbon fan, I'm telling you, if you just how you break in, show up, be there. So these people who have podcasts and stuff like that never even go to Kentucky. I don't understand it, man. I like being involved. I like going to the distilleries, going to the events, and seeing the people. So there you go. That's how you get the friends, the cool kids. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. KK, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at KKCastStrength.
Nate.
You can find me at 5280 Whiskey on Instagram and Hidden Barn on Instagram.
Demetrius.
You can find me at Nobleton's Distilling on Instagram and Facebook, or you can find me at Demetrius Kane on Instagram and Facebook.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew, ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. That's just a personal one, though. We do have a show one for the ABV Network. It's abvnetwork.com. Check that out. Everything that we do is out there. We have all of our previous shows. We put our blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We have a lot of events going on. Demetrius Kane shows up there. You can hang out and see the fanboys and maybe get past one of them and get a bottle sign, that type of thing. Fun stuff. So check us out, ABV Barrel Shop. And the newest thing you got to check out, Bourbon Palooza. We have a lot of events that we do. Everything that we do is, we call it a Bourbon Palooza, but we also have a flagship event called Bourbon Palooza. We got one coming to St. Louis this October. It's fun stuff. We're redefining what a bourbon festival is. A bourbon festival, and well, I love them, and I'll still go to bourbon festivals. And I think that they're great things, and they unite people and bring them together. But what's a bourbon festival? They're always the exact same goddamn thing. It's tables where they're pouring whiskey. You get to go meet the people pouring the whiskey, and then they got breakout sessions where they bitch about rising costs of barrel prices or whatever it is. And then they have some sort of, featured events, featured speaker, that type of thing. Imagine if you did something different. You did a series of small events that were cool things that are really about experiences. To me, that's going to be what bourbon festivals are moving forward. We're leading the way on that. Bourbonpalooza.com. Check it out and see what we've got going on. Really cool stuff. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing, the ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.